welcome to another public live day. I hope you guys are ready for a very interesting day in the market here. It's been a very wild week. We've had a lot of things happen. We've had CPI. We've had the markets flying all over the place. We had the Bank of Japan's interest rate decision last night, which we have something very interesting to talk about with the moves in FX, the yen, the dollar, after that rate hike was announced. So, again, there are a lot of interesting setups here going into the end of the year, but with the overall, like I was talking about with you guys in the pre-market plan, with the overall kind of timidness that we've seen out of the buyers here and the volatility that we've seen, still, you got to be very careful taking any risk in this type of environment here, guys. Again, if anything, we want to be sizing for zero and making sure that we're preserving all of the capital that we've been able to build up this year. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of day again. Say good morning to somebody in the live chat. If you guys would like to say good morning to me, would love to receive some good mornings over here. If you guys are new to the group, new to the stream, new to the channel, let me know. I'd love to welcome you guys in here. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. Costs you absolutely nothing to do it, but it helps me out a whole lot in spreading these streams out to as many people who actually want to learn. Make sure you guys are subscribed. And also, big announcement, finally got monetized again on YouTube over here. For those of you guys that don't know, I mean, again, I was probably one of the only people that you guys know on YouTube that got demonetized. My big Instagram banned me too. I had to create a new account. My big internet crime over here was just showcasing the results from the LTMP group there, and also like calling out the trades, like making videos about them before they happened, and then talking about the results of them once they ran 10x. So finally back monetized over here, so that's nice. But yeah, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. We'll do our little bit of a roll call, then we'll start getting into all of the information that we have for today. So let's see who we have in here so far, and then let's start getting into it, guys. We've got Jerry, we've got G Moose, Daily, Taylor, Dr. Bob, Todd, M. Caro, we've got Diego, Be Free, Jesse, Rogue, Eddie, Rasslin. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So first things first, again, Bank of Japan raises rates 25 basis points there. Now, again, a lot of people were very worried about the potential moves that could come in the market as a result of this rate hike. Now, one of the things that I have been talking about a lot in the videos over the last week or so here is that there was a high probability that we were going to get a sell the rumor, buy the news event. A little bit of the opposite of the buy the rumor, sell the news event. Because this situation with the Japanese yen, the Bank of Japan, has been something that the market has been aware of really over the last 2 months here that they've been bracing for. Now, think about it like this. If you are one of these money managers or one of these portfolio managers that is engaging in the carry trades here, where you are getting this leverage from these banks in Japan or from these financial institutions over in Japan, taking out loans of yen at really low interest rates, and then going out and buying, let's say, US assets with that, maybe crypto, maybe treasuries, maybe equities. Well, the logical thing to do is that if there's the potential for the interest rates on these loans to go up and for you to get margin called and to have to pay even more to be able to hold these positions, well, it makes a lot of sense to de-risk going into the event and then recalibrate and see if you want to put your positions back on in the size that you had before after the event actually happens. Now, the movement in the yen right now is actually telling us that's pretty much exactly what's happening. So when you look at this chart of USD JPY right now, when this goes up, it means the yen is weakening. So what does that mean? Well, it means that potentially there are a lot of institutions right now going out and effectively, again, taking out loans of yen, selling it, converting it into dollars, and then going out and buying US assets. So what we could see over the next couple of weeks here is actually more liquidity coming back into the system, which is something that I think not a lot of people were expecting. I think like the normie way of viewing what was going to happen with the Bank of Japan was, oh my God, the Bank of Japan raised rates last year, it's going to crash the market this time. And like, well, you have to also understand that the market was much more aware of this situation this time around than it was last year. For those of you guys that were hanging around on the channel last year, I mean, in the months leading up to the yen intervention, the yen crisis, the sell-off in the market, I mean, I was screaming from the rooftops about this movement in USD JPY being, this is like saying this is going vertical. They're going to come in here and take action here, and that could easily cause an unwind of the carry trade in the short term. That's exactly what we ended up seeing, and then we saw the yen strengthen pretty significantly. We saw a lot of volatility in USD JPY, and then it started to balance out here as we got into the middle of 2025, which again, we also saw USD JPY heading to the upside here, had the bottom at the April lows. You can almost look at this chart here on USD JPY. It's not perfect, but one of the ways that you can look at this is kind of a measure of like global liquidity, because if the yen is continuously weakening, yes, it is going to have to do with what is going on with the economy in Japan, but also the size of these levered positions that are coming off or getting put on as a result of these loans going out in yen being converted into dollars. Again, when you take out the loan in yen and you convert it to dollars, you're effectively selling the yen for dollars, which is selling pressure or extra supply of yen going into the market. So that's going to cause USD JPY to go up here, which when you do see that, that can add liquidity to the system, which is again kind of what we could end up seeing over the next couple of weeks here. Now, what is possible here, and this is something that I've been saying with USD JPY, is you actually want to see it do this. This is what, think about the time period in the market where everything was really fun, where again, I gave you guys what, 35,000% plus trades in like in a very short period of time. What was USD JPY doing? Flat. If this starts to aggressively ramp up to the upside, then the Bank of Japan could start taking other actions. Again, supporting their currency in other ways. Again, going out and basically buying yen to strengthen it, which again can cause movements in the overall global markets there. Because again, you don't only have when you think about the carry trade, it's typically labeled as, let's say, like a risk-free trade. It's like if you're getting a loan at 1%, you can go buy something at 4%, you can lever up, and you've got a 3% spread. Okay, cool. That's not the only risk that's involved. There's obviously interest rate risk, like if the Bank of Japan raises rates, but there's also foreign currency risk or exchange rate risk that these investors have to deal with. Okay? So that's interesting to look at here as we kind of head into the end of the year here. Yields aren't really doing anything right now. Also, the crypto market is not really reacting off of anything all that significantly here in any meaningful way. I mean, yes, Bitcoin is up 2.9% right now. But when we really think about what we actually want to see out of Bitcoin, in order for us to want to do anything in the crypto space, what have we been talking about? Well, we need to see a break to the upside of this prior all-time high zone, ideally with a retest. See the buyers step up at that area and then continue to push up. The other scenario that would entice me to maybe want to kind of take some, let's say, short-term trades on the awesome setups, if we see them in the crypto space, is if we were to see a further move down in Bitcoin down to this like 75 to 70,000 area. Then we could get a little bit of a base there and play the moves back to the upside. Then again, Ethereum kind of looking the same over here. Again, moving back to the upside. But not really in any meaningful way. You are still down below that daily 10 exponential moving average. I mean, those levels on Ethereum there that you really would need to get over for me to get interested in, like, let's say another like short-term idea on something like Bmnr, is you need this to get back above the 200 EMA. You've seen it come down, test it here. You came down, sold through, retested up to the upside here. Then you made another attempt on that one breakout that we saw, rejected again, and now starting to move back to the downside. So same thing on Ethereum. Subscribers only mode, yeah, it's always on subscribers only mode on the live streams. MSTR and Google 0 DTEs, I wouldn't be doing that. You guys will hear me talk about this a lot, especially if you guys are new. Everybody should always be putting their main focus on swing trading, not day trading. It's just, you're not going to be able to get any meaningful amount of edge on those short time frames. And also, why wouldn't you want to just copy the most successful traders of all time? Like, why not do what they've done, you know? WGO for post earnings. Ooh, let's see. It's up a little bit too much. but it's there. It does look pretty good. I mean, it's right at that upper band for us to be interested in this. But I'd be a little careful. Oh, let me see. CCL. I think the cruise lines are actually looking good. Yeah, give them some more time. It's like Visa. Visa looks awesome here, but it needs a little bit more time here. What is the overall market doing right now? Nothing. We've got 5 minutes to go until open. Chipotle, Kava. Let's see. Dash. Yeah, we got a lot of interesting movers here. MSOS moving. Yeah, I really don't care about the cannabis sector right now, and here's why. When I gave you guys this trade back here in July, where I gave you it at 324, $6 was that nice target there. You almost were, this thing ripped. That was another one of the, if it wasn't one of the 10x trades, it was really close on the options on MSOS there. What are you going to do on this chart, man? Like, this is just like, when you see these massive shocks added to the market, like, all of these, like, amateur, like, just, like, gambling traders are just going to look at this and be like, ooh, I'm going to go touch the hot stove and hope I don't get burnt. It's like, no. That's not how you want to be operating in the market. You know, these might as well not exist to me at this point. So, Coles is looking interesting here. The chain on WGO probably sucks. Yeah, it's probably not good. What else we got here? FISV looks great. This is looking really fun. If we can get this break, that could be awesome. Ralph has been telling me about this one for a while. Like down here. I think this is an interesting one. This would be just a very, very clear shares trade. You do not want to be taking options on this one. Yeah, FSLR on the weekly. Yeah, you do have some... Enphase looked good, too. Let me take a look at these. Yeah, FSLR looks good. Enphase, I think it's the daily on Enphase that looks good. Yeah, weekly's actually shifting there, which is interesting. Yeah, it's just... the solar names are just so hard to get right. I usually just stay away from them. If they move, they go crazy, but, like, I usually am going to stay away from stuff like that. And then let's check in on some of the other big names. Palantir... I mean, the problem with this is it's just like, this is like a B- setup, honestly. Like, it could work. You could easily get this break above 188.42, get through this level right here, 195, and then rip to the highs. Especially, again, if you start to see that liquidity coming back in with the yen weakening. That could happen. And you can see that money flow back into some of these AI names. Maybe you get that Santa rally, which, again, a lot of people are like, oh, my God, there's no Santa rally. It's like, well, how can there be a Santa rally when it's not even at the time that the Santa rally usually is? It's like it usually happens next week into the first week of the year. So, but, again, you guys know how I feel about, like, seasonality. I'm not a big fan of it. I really, really, really don't like it. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, I'd rather just look at the overall board that we're seeing at any given time, what is affecting the market at one given time period, versus just saying, oh, at this time period on another year this happened, so it should happen again. And it's like, well, that's just silly, you know? To me, that's just silly behavior. I don't know. You guys, I mean, maybe you guys have a counter argument to that one, but I'd rather just look at the overall picture of what we're seeing versus being like, oh, it happened once before, it could happen again. It's like, that's not a repeatable process and approach to the market. So, yeah, we'll see what we get today. And again, for all of you guys that still need to take advantage of that sale that I'm offering you guys to hop into LTMP, again, I'll throw the link in the live chat for you guys here. Use code December. You get your first month for $1 a day. You get access to both the full-length educational course curriculum series, the daily private live streams, which, again, Friday's public live day, so it's Monday through Thursday are the private live streams. The full watch list of stocks and cryptos that are about to explode before they do, the pre-market plans, all the live chat. Again, like, seeing what you guys have been able to accomplish this year by a lot of you guys shifting your focus from day trading to swing trading has been one of the most amazing things that I've been able to witness. So, again, I'm just going to keep showing you guys the best results that anybody has in the market. I mean, again, YouTube demonetized me. Instagram banned me. All I was doing was being like, hey, look, this stock's about to rip. This one has a lot of potential. And then I come back out and I'm like, oh, look, here's another 1,000%er. So, again, make sure you guys take advantage of that. Those sales are not going to last very long, and prices are going to continuously go up for LTMP. So if you want to lock in the lower rate, make sure that the price never goes up on you once you join. Make sure you guys hop in before the end of December here. So, ding, ding, ding. The market is open. Let's see what we get here. FISV up a little bit, but nothing crazy. Where is... Palantir might do it. Kava down a little. I still love that. Where's Dash? Dash is still looking good. FISV looks very fun. Same thing with Palantir is right there. If you want it, I mean, that's everything is size for 0 right now, so that, I mean, that could be an interesting one. But again, as you guys are filtering into, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. We got a lot of slackers on the like button this morning. A lot of slackers. Yeah, Dash looks good there. I like FISV. Palantir looks fun. What's the market doing? Market's ripping here. Again, that yen stuff. This is what I was talking about with the sell the rumor, buy the news stuff. So let's see if this can stick. Palantir's like within $1. Chipotle's flat. Kava's slightly green here. I'd really like, I mean, the Kava chart. Where are some of the other food brands? Just like BJ's is a food brand, but that has looked interesting. Yeah, I just don't like it that close to the 200. Eat, Chili's, nothing crazy there. Sweet Green still looks interesting. Portillo's, nothing there. I love FISV. There's Palantir. That looks interesting. It's ripping right now. It's ripping. If anybody snagged that quick, I mean, that's kind of running too far now. But that was a nice break there. Oh, Dash is looking great too. There we go. Yeah, Palantir got that move. So if you were to catch that quick, again, it's kind of within the first 5 minutes. So if you didn't hit it, you can still use that 5-minute opening range break if you really want to. To Dash, though, looking great. Look at this thing go. And then where's Kohl's? Nothing yet, but that looks interesting. NG. Let's take a look. Like, oh, Nova Gold. Yeah, that looks good. A lot of those do look good. Nice rip in the market here. Here we go. Yeah, Food Brand's giving it back a little here, but that, I mean, these still look unbelievable. Okay. Dash is looking great. Yeah, Palantir's looking good there too. Where's Tessie? Yeah, this still looks crazy. FISV. Nvidia shares up 2.3. Yes, you are seeing that little rotation back into tech. What's USD JPY doing? Again, is this still... Ooh, there's Visa. There's Visa, too. I mean, ideally, I wanted that to let the 10 catch up there, but that looks like it may not wait around. Where's USD JPY? Yeah, that's still up there. That's... Here we go. Where's AMD? Where's my baby? It's looking decent. Not great. Facebook, nothing. And Chipotle down a little. Kava down a little. They still look good, though. So you do have this 5-minute opening range on Palantir here that you could play off of. But I probably wouldn't touch that. That's probably not going to be for us. What else? Where's Sofi? Not anything crazy there. Not anything crazy. Interesting move so far. Hold on, where's SPX in relation to the zone? Yeah, bouncing right off of it. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, any other ones that you guys want to take a look at, let me know. Where's PAAS actually? How's that looking? Really good. Oh my god, that's still looking phenomenal. Where's coin? Yeah, this is something I was talking about on X. This just looks like it wants to, the bottom wants to drop out of this thing. Oops. Waiting for the A+ setups? Yeah. BB? You can take a look at BB. It depends on what... That's not a setup. Let's see. MU, not a setup. Dash. Dash is still looking pretty decent there. Visa looks interesting. What about MasterCard? MasterCard looks good too. Visa and MasterCard look good. What about AXP? Not as good as the other two, but still looks decent. Yeah, copper headed for weekly gain. That's what Alfie was bringing up this morning. So, like, where's FCX? Yeah, FCX looks good. COPX. These all look really good. BVN. That looks insanely good right here. Is this copper? It doesn't say, but it probably is. NEM, we already know. NEM has been Newmont. We've already been, this has been another really great one. And then PAAS was another good one. What's the market doing? Market just ripping off the open. There we go. BA looking good still. Yeah, Boeing's still looking great off of this right here, guys. That 207 entry. There you go. That looks awesome. Kayleen, happy holidays to you as well. Yeah, Boeing's still looking great here off of this level here, guys. Those have got to be cruising right now. Dash looking good. Yeah, Chipotle and Kava giving it back a little bit today, but yeah, again, if Kava hits down here, 54.42, out. Chipotle, I'm going to let sit for a little bit. That's not really what you want to see. But again, if you think about Kava too, I mean, or Chipotle, so many of you guys are already risk-free on that one. It doesn't really matter what that one does from now on, because those were already up well over 100%. Dash getting towards 235 here again, looking for day highs. That's not, wow, Boeing, hello. Look at that thing go. Silver's ripping. I wouldn't call that ripping. Gold looking at, I mean, this gold move, when I gave this out to you guys, GLD at 317, this has just been a ripper, guys. This has been insane. I mean, we had people in LTMP making multi-six figures off of this move there. So again, for those of you guys that still need to hop in, it's literally $1 a day for your first month there. So again, the link is floating around in the live chat, but make sure you use code December to get your first month for $1 a day. Then you guys will be good to go. All right, give me 1 second here. I will be right back. All right, we're back. Ooh, we're 9 likes away from 50. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Yeah, Dash looking for new highs here. There you go. Boeing looking for new. Damn, that's a really good one there. Again, it wasn't the best setup there, and again, it took a little bit of time here to get going, but that looks good. What's that? MU? That was the top side, I think, of the 5-minute opening range yesterday or something like that. That doesn't really mean anything for us here. Market's still going. It's a little aggressive here off of the open. Be careful. Ooh, that was a nice little push there too. That was a nice little push. Yeah, so you're going for yesterday's highs right now on ES. Dash looks phenomenal here. Like, really solid. Look at this thing go. Oh, you know what I'll take a look at? Where's MCD? Yeah. McDonald's losing it a little bit there. And then Boeing ripping. Where's Palantir? It still hasn't gotten above that area. Yeah, it's close. That top side of the 5-minute opening range. If you want it, you might be able to take it above there. Market's just skyrocketing here, though. Again, this is what we were talking about with the sell the rumor, buy the news event off of the Bank of Japan. What do you call it? Rate hike. BWA ripping spreads. I mean, yeah, that would be a share trade. Dash new high. Dash is looking great. Palantir is right there. Again, though, market is just pumping right now. Boeing, too. Look at this thing go. So you're kind of, I mean, those should be free on Boeing. What if Micron breaks this high? We don't care about Micron anymore. Why? What do you mean? What about? Why? Who cares? Does that follow any sort of strategy? No. So we don't care about it. All right, first 15 minutes are done. Let's see where this thing wants to go from here. I mean, you are just ripping. U.S. stocks extend gains. And Palantir's right there, top side of the 5-minute opening range. Yeah, USD JPY is still pumping here. Where are yields? Yields are up. We haven't seen, so the interesting thing here is that we haven't quite seen rate cut expectations move all that much for the end of next year. Like yesterday we saw what, 27.2% probability for, what is that? Yeah, there's Palantir. For 25 basis point cuts. Now it's back down to 26, so there's not really a whole lot of movement there. Yeah, there's Palantir a little. So if you guys snag that, Rivian's moving. And that's a definition of a chase. You don't want anything to do with that. Again, guys, the whole point of what we do with LTMP is I'm finding stocks for you guys that are about to explode before they do, not after they're running. We're not acting like everybody else in the market. If you want to have different results than everybody else in the market, you got to think and act differently than they do. You don't sling writ. You don't do no. Please don't do that. Palantir, nice move there for those of you guys that caught that one off of the what is it here, the 188.50 area. Again, if you're in that one, first target is it's like 195, right around there. Banks are up. That's interesting. Where's Citi? Is it still cranking? Yes, Citi. Look at this thing still going, man. I mean, this is at a hit of what now? 1 to 7 and 3/4 risk to reward. That's awesome. You've been in since yesterday. You still chased it. I mean, that's not bad. Here's the thing. I see what you're looking at here. If you grabbed it at above 1844 or 19, okay, it's still, that's like a D- setup. Those are not going to be the ones that carry you to success over the long run. You want to be looking for charts that look like this. This is what you're looking for right here. That's what you're looking for. See, yeah, Chipotle's moving back up. OKLO, let me take a look. Weekly looks horrible. A daily on this thing looks horrible too. I would not go anywhere near that. Again, you are at the 200, which is fine, but again, same thing. It's not a setup. Dash looking great. Again, guys, once you see how like easy this stuff actually is, like you'll wonder why you ever traded anything else, like any other way. Chipotle moving. Kava's got to start snapping back up here, or else I'm just gonna ditch it. Dash looks great though. Dash is looking phenomenal. Look at this thing that we outlined yesterday above this level right here, the 230. It was basically 230. It's at 236 now. Great move. Great move. And the thing that you guys are going to come to realize too, especially watching me and listening to me, I'm very picky. But you have to be. That there's like certain things that you have to do in the market if you want to have success. Like, I'm only looking for the highest quality setups at any given time. If it isn't like, oh my God, this is amazing, I don't touch it. And the best part is like every single trade that I outline for you guys within LTMP has the potential to run multi-hundreds, if not multi-thousands of % with options, or many multiples of your risk. Like, even take a look at Citigroup right here. Like, this thing is still running. Like, this is just a share trade off of Citi. And it's hitting a 1 to 7 risk to reward. You risk 1% on the trade, you make 7 back. Like that, then you have to lose 7 trades in a row in order to just go back to break even. Now, is that gonna happen? Well, nothing's impossible, but it's highly unlikely. That's why everybody loves LTMP so much, because the gains on these trades when they fire are so ridiculous. Palantir looking great. Who grabbed that one? That was a good one. Chipotle's trying to work its way back up. Let me see. You got some? Nice. Nice. That looks good. Yeah, if we, I mean, just looking at this here, like, where do I want to look? SPY, trying to get back above the daily 10 here. You've got QQQ. Oh, yep, trying to get back above its 10 EMA here too. IWM, not yet, but still close. If we can get some decent closes today going into the end of this week, we could have a lot of fun going into the new year. And again, like I've said so many times before, guys, like, these are the times in the market where you have to like be focused on learning how to execute and nail the epic setups when they do form. Because I've said it so many times before that there are going to be periods where I just come out here and I'm just like, oh, here's another round of 5 multi-100% trades or even multi-1000% trades. And everybody is just like, oh my God, I missed it. And then they're like, I want to learn now. And it's like, you got to be prepared for them when they do happen, because the market can shift very fast. And again, guys, like we always talk about, the vast majority of your gains for the year are going to come from a very small, small periods of time. Like on that tweet that I showed you guys, where it was like 200% on my accounts in like a 3-month period, and another 100% in a month period. Like that, if you're operating in the market the right way, and you understand when to put on more risk than other times, that is what is going to carry you to success. Not just like willy-nilly doing a bunch of random stuff and then waiting until after the setups fire off and then you're chasing everything. Don't be one of those individuals. Like, especially for those of you guys that are new, it might be the first time that you've heard me say that. When we had that period where it was like 35 10x trades in like a 2.5-3 month period, I was like, after the first 5, I was like, guys, they're just going to keep happening. After the next 10, I was like, what are you waiting for? 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. The gains were just ridiculous. So don't miss out. I mean, again, if you guys do want to hop in there with us, just use code December. I'll throw the link in the live chat for you guys. It's literally $1 a day for your first month to join. So here you guys go. Carvana, yeah. Citigroup is looking unbelievable there too. Where's Dash? Is that still moving? It looks okay. Kava, meh. We'll see what happens with that. Chipotle's still looking good. Carvana, let's take a look. That looks, I mean, that actually looks really good, honestly. It's not textbook A+, but it does look good. You know what I really like right now? The setup that I'm hunting the most. I'll give you guys a freebie today. FISV. I love this. And then you said be careful, and you were right. Oh yeah, that is. So again, like when I talk about guys, like, it's insane how much market sentiment you called beforehand and been right. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like you can feel it, and so there's a couple of ways that I do this. It's one, the thing that I always talk about with you guys too is like, you have to understand the big picture of the market. You can't just try and put a little cookie cutter setup onto the charts and then assume that every market period during the year is going to be equal, because they're not. So when I come out and I tell you guys, no, like the easy part of what we do in the market, guys, is like going out and nailing the 1,000% trades, like the 8,000% IONQ, the 26,000% AMD, the 3,000% DNUT. There's countless of them. That's the easy part. It's not hard. Like once you guys see the setup, you understand how to execute them, which is the most important thing. You're like, oh my God, this is the easiest thing in the world. Why doesn't everybody do this? And I'm like, I don't know. I wish everybody did this because everybody would have a lot more success. The hard part is for you guys, and you probably have to see it a couple of times when I come out and I'm just like, nah, nope, no more. Or if anything, size it for 0 and don't touch anything. Like when we saw, I'll tell you guys the last time that I did this for everybody, when I said foot off the gas, don't really size down, de-risk, there's not really much else to do, was the day that Trump sent out the tweet about the China escalation. It was October 10th or something. As soon as that came out, we were already seeing the market kind of starting to sputter a little bit, and then as soon as that happened, you just saw sentiment shift completely. That was kind of the last big one, and it's been the same thing. We've had some glimmers here, certain points where it's like, yeah, we're still going to hit some really good, like the Newsmax 400%. The post earnings are still there for us. But that is the most important part of the market because that comes down to capital preservation. Like every single one of you guys, like I could teach when the markets are in, like conditions are good, I could teach a 4-year-old how to do what we do. It's not hard. It's actually really easy. When people talk about the market and trading and everything being hard, it's because what they do is they're trying to just put a little cookie cutter setup onto the charts all the time and assuming that all of the market conditions are going to be equal throughout the year, when in reality, they're obviously not. So like right now, I'm going to take a lot less risk on a lot of the potential setups than I would if we already knew that market sentiment was solid. Like one of the things, there's a lot of different things that you can look for. This is one interesting way to look at it. When you see moves like this happening in the market, like you're seeing a lot of them in here. So it runs up, nuke, runs up, nuke, runs up, nuke, runs up, nuke. It's kind of looking good, nuke. Runs up, nuke, 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 nuke. Like when you see that type of action in the market, that tells you that the what do you call it? The market participants that are driving price action right now are not happy. They're not ready to let things fly. So you have to be a little bit more picky, which is then when we get into things like more sector based. So you remember the Thanksgiving week where it was just biotech central? You guys know I hate like buying biotechs. I don't like it. They're too volatile. There's all sorts of craziness going on with them. You could get gapped like crazy. There's a lot of risks involved with the biotechs. But if that's where the money is flowing and we want to be able to get some good opportunity in there, that's where we're going to be. So again, I feel like at this point, especially this year, we've kind of proven that this is the way that you guys should be operating in the market. Like, so hopefully you guys are seeing this. If not, I hope you guys end up realizing it because you all will. I hope it's not too late for you once you end up seeing that, like, okay, this way of operating in the market is what you all should be doing. BT target I'll look at first. I don't like that chart. That's no. This actually it looks like it wants to get nuked to the downside. You ran up to the 200, you got killed. And then you're selling off pretty aggressively today when the market's up to 0.75%. Not good. BTU commodities market waking up. Yeah. Also, I want to give a big shout out here to Alex in the live chat here. That looks epic too. I bet this weekly chart looks phenomenal. Yeah, that looks really good. Big shout out to Alex here. For those of you guys that don't know, Alex is Catch Me If You Can in the group. He's been on one of like the most insane runs that like off of the setups that I've given out, like really ridiculous. So like those gold positions, man, like I remember seeing gain screenshots of you being up like 100 grand in a day off of the gold move. That was probably, those are some of my favorite trades to give you guys. The bond trades, those are some of my favorite ones because like you get to use your brain a little bit, you know? Yeah, this looks good. I actually really like that. Coal. What's the... You got some room on that? You do have some room on this. Weekly chart, I mean, it's got, like... I don't want to say this is an issue, but you've got a decent... can we use the daily? You actually could use the daily here on this. Oh, yes. I like this. You could use the daily here. You get first TP up at this high, 1 to 4, and then you've got this. I don't like that. That's too close. Yeah, 1 to 12. I like that a lot, actually. My baby is back above the 10 EMA? Is it now? Ooh. Yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, I own a lot of AMD. My average is $11.39. Will mortgage rates come down more? I don't think so. The only way, I think one of the only ways for mortgage rates to aggressively move to the downside, there's ads. Guys, I'm finally monetized again on YouTube. I don't know how this works. Okay, I'll change it to low. Low frequency. I said medium. Existing home sales rise to, 4.13 million, estimated 4.15 million. Consumer sentiment is lower than expected, but still above 50, 52 point. Oh wait, no, that's still really low. I think sentiment's based off of 100. That's really low. But mortgage rates, again, you would need to see a lot of demand in the housing sector, which you kind of are, but not really. And also, I think a lot of people are just going to think like, it'll take time. One of the things that you need to see is, so this year, GUNR, yeah, you can take a look at that. And then we'll talk about mortgage rates. I don't really like that. So one of the things that you saw this year was the Fed make a really big mistake in telling everybody that they thought that these tariffs were going to be massively inflationary. That was another thing that I've been talking about a lot, where I was like, that makes literally no sense. I don't know how they're getting to that expectation there, but it literally doesn't make any sense. The end result of the tariffs is actually a slowdown, which is disinflationary or deflationary, because of the lack of demand that the consumers are going to have at those higher price levels. So it's gonna shrink margins. So everybody kept telling me I was wrong, the tariffs are going to go up, and I was like, please get your head out of the textbook. The textbook is not going to help you here. And then what did we see? None of that actually happened. So what it does, though, is that when you did see like inflation expectations move to the upside, if the market in general is going to think that inflation is going to be a lot higher than it is now, well, they're going to require a higher rate of return in the fixed income market. Dash 237. Oh, yep. Oh, yeah. Look at that thing go. Yeah, Dash. That is off to a very, very hot start there. Congratulations, everybody that's in that one. But they're going to require a higher rate of return in the fixed income market. So what does that mean? Well, they're not going to buy bonds now when they think that yields should be or could be higher in the future. So it pushes the 10-year up, which the 10-year, again, has been a little bit sticky this year, right around 4, a little above 4. So but you have seen, this is kind of when it starts here, remember those 1-year inflation swaps that I've been talking about in the YouTube video, which we were talking about right before CPI came out, which we could talk about the CPI data too, which was ridiculous. Like those have been moving down. So like big money is putting their money where their mouth is and saying, yeah, we don't actually think inflation is going to rocket back to the upside this year or over the next year. You're also seeing, even out of Michigan, which again had those inflation expectations at like 6% on the survey, which was ridiculous. Remember how much I would lose my mind when we'd see like consumer sentiment come out and we'd also get inflation expectations, and it would be like the Democrats would say like 8%, the Republicans would say like 2, and then the independents, let's say, would just say like 5 or something, and we were like, you're all wrong. Like, or the Republicans were down at like 0 or like negative. It was like, you're all wrong. Like, none of that makes any sense. So, but again, as that starts to shift, you can see more money flow back into fixed income. Also, if you do see the yen continue up, a lot of that money probably could go into fixed income here too. So that could be a help. FEIM. Let's take a look at that. Thanks, Sofi. I like that. I like that. Chipotle looking really good here. Kava, not so much. That one's got to get pulled up there. But Dash is looking great. Again, that first kind of main target on Chipotle is kind of like 38.29. I know a lot of you guys are already risk-free on this thing, so you can just let it go. The big target's like 39.60. NRGV. Yep. Looks good too there, man. That could get a little toppy here. Watch out. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. Market might get a little toppy. Also, 1 like away from 50. I think we can hit 100 likes on the stream today, guys. Again, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. Costs you nothing to do it. Helps me spread out these streams here. We're also finally monetized again. That's nice. YouTube was not happy with me. I don't know why. YouTube should have just joined LTMP and started nailing the trades with us. I don't know what their problem is. And then, yeah, make sure all of you guys also have notifications turned on for the YouTube channel here. I'm going to be posting a lot more YouTube videos, like a lot more. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed them so far. I think they've been fun. I think they've been very useful. You like that second break on Palantir? Yeah, where is that? Oh, wow. Yeah, Palantir's still going. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that one this morning, too. You had that initial break here at the 188.50, which happened quick, and then you had the 5-minute opening range break. So, but still at the highs. Everybody should be green on Palantir right now. First kind of main target there is right around 195, but you could easily target all-time highs with that. And that could be another big multi-100%er if that one ends up firing off. And again, think about what USD-JPY is doing right now and what we talked about at the very beginning of the stream. This is exactly what I was talking about in the videos when I was saying sell the rumor, buy the news off of the Bank of Japan rate hike. Because logically, like, just think about it logically. Like, Tesla, I've seen it. It looks okay. It's not my favorite. Just think about it logically. If you had levered positions and you knew that, is Tesla ripping right now? I mean, Palantir's going there a little. Where's Tesla right now? That's going? I saw it. I didn't really like Think about if you had levered positions and you knew that the interest rate on your loan was going up and the exchange rate risk could screw around with your position. What are you going to do into that event? You're going to de-risk. That's what the last 2 months, in part, was. It was de-risking going into the Bank of Japan rate hike. Now, and then the other part of the argument is, okay, now that the dust is settled and we've seen the rate hike, what happens now? Well, they can decide to put those trades back on whatever new rates they are or whatever exchange rates they want to go in at. And that's why we're seeing, one of the reasons why we're seeing the yen weaken today. USD JPY up, potentially adding more liquidity into the system over the next couple of weeks here. So again, hopefully you guys were paying attention to that. One of my favorite phrases, pay attention or pay a premium. It looks good. I like FISV. It's just going to be a weird one, I think. Chipotle is still looking great here. Kava, we'll see. I'd like to see this snap back up here to like 56. Am I still liking gold? I mean, I'm still in it. short term, I'm not going to be taking a short-term trade on gold, but I still have my GLD position from here. This looks great still. You know, kind of a little move there. This might get a little toppy. That's a very aggressive move that we've seen in the market there. Oh, there we go. World be free. 114% on Dash. Congratulations. Yeah, that's a good one. Nice work, guys. Nice work. Even in these choppy market conditions, these smaller size trades, you guys are still crushing them. Like, let me just look at community gains over here. 273% on the Chipotle move. Nice. I mean, catch me if you can over here. That's what? 8, 8, 6. So that's 16, 21, 25 grand on PAL. And that's the risk-free position. Nice. There you go. Let's see what else. 462% on PAL. Nice work. 125% on Chipotle. 101% on Chipotle. Nice, guys. Nice. ROIV, 105%. Nice work, everybody. So, again, I'm going to throw that link in the live chat for you guys here. Again, for your first month, guys, is literally $1 a day. It's at that. I'm making it so easy for all of you guys to hop in there if you guys actually want to learn how to be self-sufficient in the market going into 2026. So don't miss that opportunity. Let's see here. I want to see Kava snap back up. They're going to be wild. Oh, you know what else could be interesting? What's Celsius doing? Nah. MNST, that was a fun one up in here. We had a lot of fun MNST trades. That's actually kind of setting up again right now. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this 15-minute candle on the market here. Although, you're kind of just retesting this. So we'll see. Bull showing some signs of life? Yeah, if you get another base on this thing, I would hit it again. SNOQ. I don't know. That's not a ticker. Snow. Hold on. Let me look. That's it. Honestly, yeah. Honestly, yeah. I like that base and break. Now, the issue with sometimes with these base and breaks, guys, which a lot of you guys have seen, is that they take a little bit of time. So, in many cases, it does make more sense to go for the shares than it does the options. Because, think about, Chipotle is actually a good example of this. Not really. I mean, you got a nice move in that. But there are a lot of examples that we've seen where it's like, you'll see the snap off of the break of the base, and then it starts to flatline and make another move. So you can either wait for the trend to actually shift and then get the secondary setup after the trend shift, which can actually be a lot better. Or you just trade the shares, you get the initial move, you can move stops up, and then on the secondary move, you can also get a re-add. So Kava's starting to move back up a little bit here. Chipotle is looking good. So let's see what we get here. I do like the shares on those much more. Yes, exactly. Well, like, if you think about some of the other big base and breaks that we've seen over the year, I mean, CVS is a great example of one. Back down in here, this base was nuts. This was crazy. This is a, what, 1 to 26 risk to reward. You risk 1% on your account, you return 26%. Like, guys, why do you think everybody loves LTMP so much? When the trades hit, they hit. And this is too, especially for like new market participant, like new traders, or even people that can't sit on the screen every single day, which is like most people, I would assume, and also it's most people within LTMP. It's like, as long as you can see the alerts, like the alerts that you set from the watch list, you get your entry, you set your stop, you have your take profits, you can shut your screen off. You just leave it and let it go. That's the beauty of the shares trades. Which, in that tweet that I sent out to you guys too, my goal for 2026 is to trade less than I already do. Again, less trades, more profits. and then also trade a lot more shares. PSIX, the Dave ticker. That looks good. Yeah, Dave's tickers have been smacking over the last couple months here. Those have been fun. Yeah, I don't like this candle. I'm okay with it just kind of like bouncing on this high here, so that's fine, but I'd be a little bit right here, especially after what we saw yesterday. Rip up, tank. Rip up, tank. Where's Palantir? How's that looking still? Still looks decent here. Where's Dash? Is that still looking good? It was at 237. Yeah, 236.50. That still looks awesome. Look at that. And also, again, the entry criteria for a lot of these two guys, especially for those of you guys that are just hanging around in the live chat, are very specific. If I'm talking about a ticker right here and I'm saying it looks good and it's already moving, no, don't touch it. Need to let Dave post in the watch list. There's something coming, I think. There's something coming that you guys are going to like. Yeah, USD JPY still hanging out at the highs. I mean, again, that's going to be a good sign. I hope everybody was watching those YouTube videos, because like that is what I was outlining with USD JPY. I was like, well, it's possible that we do end up getting a sell-off off of it, but like it didn't really make any sense for that to happen. Like the sell the rumor, buy the news event on USD JPY there, and just generally in the market with the Bank of Japan rate hike, made a lot more sense than the market nuking off of it, even in these types of market conditions. So Kava's working its way back up. Chipotle looks good. Dash is looking for 237 again. Palantir's looking good. Good work, guys. Good work. And I think next week we've got a decent amount of economic data coming out too. I'm actually going to look that up on my phone because my computer freaks out sometimes when I pull up Market Watch. Oops. Can't type. There we go. Okay, so next week we have Q3 GDP, consumer confidence on Tuesday. Very slow data week next week. Very slow data. Oh, here we go again. Click through everything. Annoying. Hate when that happens. How's the RTX? Let's take a look. Looks good. That looks pretty solid there. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this. I want to see if it touches this range right here, because you technically have a volatility zone right here, which is kind of a decent amount of them, but you ripped through it. So like this would be the volatility zone right here, but you could just be retesting it. So like you'd have something like this. Break, retest. That's what I'm saying, where it's like, I don't like this candle, but I'm okay with it just like hanging out right here if it's just going to test and then keep going. Or even just chop around for the rest of the day, you know? What I am okay with right now, and again, this could change in a matter of seconds, I'm I'm kind of happy that the market just hasn't done like rips up and then just blasts down like it did yesterday. That could easily change though in a matter of seconds, where like the sellers just step up and just go, nope. Yeah, and then over the next few weeks too, guys, I'm not going to be around that much. Christmas, obviously, I'm not going to be around. There's going to be a lot of time around New Year's where I'm not around. And then probably the 5th or 6th of January is when I'm back full, ready to go. With everybody. Taking a little holiday, then we'll be back with the videos, the streams, the trades, everything. Kava's working its way back up. I like that. I like that. Got very close to telling me to get out. TikTok owner ByteDance on track for 50 billion in profit in 2025. Interesting. I'd love to see Chipotle get through 38 here. I mean, this is still a great looking chart, guys. I really do like this. Especially the buyers working this thing back up today. I'm a fan of that. So we'll see. And a lot of you guys are already risk-free on that too. Over 100% gains. I even saw some. Those are the weeklies, but they were over 200%. That was very good. All right, so you're coming back down to this zone here. This is, okay, so this isn't the actual escalation zone anymore. It's this on SPX right here. See? This is just still here. Because this got messed up with rollover. Kinda. Yeah, any other tickers you guys want me to take a look at, just let me know. That's what I'm here for. CoreWeave. Ooh, that's interesting. See? Here we go. We'll see if this ends up being a nuke. I'd rather it not be, but like Chipotle and Kava can get a mind of their own. Dash will probably move with the market there. Palantir as well. Yeah. Chipotle's working its way back up here. That's day highs. I like that. ZEPP. Let's take a look at what this is. Health, ADR. Is it Chinese health? Or what is this? I don't hate that chart. It doesn't have to be Chinese. Netherlands. That's an interesting looking chart. I don't hate that. Again, I don't know anything about the company. But I could throw an alert on it for a potential trade there. Bouncing off the 200. It's consolidating there. Not the best setup in the world, but again, look at this. See? Bing. Up, flat, up, flat, up, flat, up, flat, up. See? Up, flat, up. Easy. I just would really prefer them not to nuke it today. Just to like have the buyers actually step up and be like finally like taking control again, and not let the sellers just be like running the game here. Because it's not that it's bad that the sellers are around and like taking things lower. What's bad is this. You do not want this. Because this is gonna whip everything around. That's telling you sit on your hands. Do nothing. They want to nuke the market. That's fine. Nuke it. It's going to create way better setups for us when the market ends up bottoming. What I don't like is like whipping all over the place. So we are coming down a little bit here. Like, the dangerous part of the market, guys, is not when the market moves down aggressively. It's when it chops in a very large range. That's a problem, which is kind of what we've seen recently, which is, again, why I've been telling you guys since October. It's just like, careful. And then, HSY. And then the other thing that we've noticed about this market, oh my God, Hershey's again. You guys know how many times we've blasted this thing? We've had so many good Hershey's trades. That actually looks really good. But the other thing that we've started to notice about the market is that the market has gotten almost everything that it wants to see, and is still not getting its act together. Think about it like this. What was the market mainly worried about over the last 2 months? Mainly. It wasn't AI bubble like everybody was saying. That's not the case, because you saw good NVIDIA earnings. Yeah, you saw a little bit of nonsense with Oracle, but a lot of the everything else was looking pretty good. It was rate expectations. Rate cut expectations moved to 0 for December. The market did not like that. Now, what were we sitting here saying? Well, none of that actually makes any sense, because all of the labor market data that was coming out was showing that the labor market was continuously weakening, and it was in support of a December rate cut. So rate cut expectations move to the downside, the market moves with it. Then what happens? The market starts to digest a little bit more of that labor market data and is like, oh, whoa, we made a mistake. Then rate cut expectations go back up, market comes back up with it. Then what did you see? They get their rate cut. You get a higher than expected unemployment rate on the last NFP, and you also got really low CPI. Now, the low CPI report is a little bit messed up. There's a lot of holes in the data. They're making some assumptions there, so we really got to wait and see what's going to happen moving forward. But the market's still kind of getting everything it needs to see, and it's still very hesitant here. So then you have to think about, okay, why? Well, at this period in the year, think about all of these names that have just gone absolutely crazy. It's been a crazy year in 2025, and what the market is attempting to do right now is ask itself the question, are these trends likely to continue going into 2026 in the sense of like actual like share price moves? And also just overall growths of business in the AI space. Like, who are the winners and losers actually going to be? And the market is also attempting to outline the risks associated with the 2026 trading year. What could potentially happen? So you're seeing that happen right now. So it really just has to do with like, all right, it's the time of the year that we're in. Everything's kind of getting choppy. And we'll see what happens going into 2026. Now, you also have Tom Lee saying that we could have a 10, 15, 20% drawdown in the beginning of the year, just like we had this year, which I'd be so happy about that, guys. Just kill it. Kill the market. Give us good buying opportunities. Let us deploy some capital at some good names. Like, I'd love to see that. Okay, so what this looks like right now, and I like this a lot right now, as of right now, it can always change. But looking at the action right now, because again, when you're looking at price movements, it's a reflection of like overall investor sentiment at any given time. It's behavioral psychology. What did we just see? Market ripped to the upside. The sellers stepped up and said, we don't necessarily think it should be up at these levels right here. The buyers are kind of a little bit more lax right here because they're like, okay, we wanted to buy it down here at, let's say, 68.40. We don't necessarily want to buy it all the way up at 68.82. We're going to kind of take a break here. Then the sellers started to come back to the downside, or started to take a little bit of control here, and the buyers said, no, not today. That I like, as of right now. And you just bounced right out of this zone, retested this little zone of consolidation that you saw yesterday. So, as of right now, things are looking okay. I'm okay with the retest. It's very similar. Think about what I've been talking about with Bitcoin. That's what I want to see with Bitcoin on the larger time frames. Break above the prior all-time high zone, come back down into it, have the buyers aggressively push it back out. Because a move down is a test of the overall strength of the buying pressure in the market. So we'll see if this is able to hold. As of kind of right now, I'm like, all right. It's okay with me. Palantir back down a little. This Chipotle's still looking good. Kava trying to work its way back up. Again, I'd like to see this through the highs. That'd be nice, like 56 something. It's moving a little there. Onan, we can take a look at that. Yeah, that looks good. What about I think it's, what is it, XPOF? Yeah, Exponential Fitness. How's this look? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Planet Fitness. What I'm trying to think about is like a little bit of a PLNT, I think it is. I'm trying to look for a little theme trade with like end of the year into the new year. I don't really see one yet. I mean, Affirm maybe. It just didn't. Remember, what was it, 2 years ago? A year ago? This? Yeah, it was this. You guys remember this Affirm trade? This was one. I think this was when I started maybe showing this stuff to you guys. Maybe November of 23. Yeah, I think it was. Because, guys, this move was ridiculous. You guys remember this Affirm trade? I think this was one of the first times I gave you guys a swing setup. Because I was like, all right, now I'm going to show you guys this stuff. And one of them was Affirm and Mara during this time period. And that was just one of the most ridiculous moves that everybody was like, all right, I'm going to do this now. And I was like, yeah, I know. But it doesn't do the same action as it like typically does going into the holiday season anymore. You know, it would make sense to with all of the buy now, pay later activity. Chipotle back up. Kava looking interesting here. Yeah, and market bouncing out of that zone. Okay. Yeah, around the time. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, keep smacking that like button on the way in, team. I'm gonna do my best to get a YouTube video out for you guys today. It's gonna be one that's kind of gonna get you guys through the entire weekend, and I might be able to get one out for you guys on Sunday. Yeah, Chippy, here we go. That's looking good. Little drama on this thing today, but hey, that's okay. That's okay. Dash still looking really good. USD JPY still at the highs. Okay. I have so much stuff I gotta do today. LOY just hanging around? Yeah, where's Novo? Yeah, just still in the big range we've got down here. Again, guys, less trades, more profits. Don't be trying to be too active in the market. What else we got here? Where's FISV? How's that looking? Still chopping around here. And then where's that ABAT? Is that still looking even remotely okay? Nah. No. I don't want that. No, thank you. Yeah, also, I think Apex is doing a 80% off sale now for you guys. So, again, if you guys are using those prop firms over there, take advantage. Use code VIX. That'll get you guys the discount there. I probably have a link to it somewhere if you guys want. So, yeah, I mean, you can get up to $6 million in funding there with them for day trade. So, here you guys go. That's the Apex link. Okay, computer. Freaking out again. Yeah, USD JPY at the highs. Fig still chopping. Yeah. I mean, that's looking more like a decent base here. So we'll see what that wants to do. Give it a couple weeks. But yeah, that Apex, the link is there for you guys. Again, use code VIX. You guys get 80% off. I think they're still doing the really low reset thing, too. Here comes the market a little. Ooh, I gotta do that. Shoot, I'm gonna do that right after this. Chipotle just slowly working its way up here. I like that. Yeah, this is exactly what we were talking about, guys. Sell the rumor, buy the news. Which is, it's technically buy the rumor, sell the news on the yen, but we're talking about the market here. And USD JPY. Yeah, there's been some crazy moves on the, if you're trading intraday here. So again, those prop firms can be fun if you know how to use them. So again, if you like Apex, use code VIX, get 80% off, you'll be good to go. Kava looking good. No, I mean, not like great, but like looks fine. Working its way back up to 56. That's what I want to see. Dash still looking good. Yeah, kind of slow today. That's fine, though. I mean, going into the end of the year, guys, I'm not really looking to do a whole lot. But if there is a great setup out there, like an FISV, I'd be very interested in something like that. And then just letting stuff ride, you know? Just letting things go. See, do we get some nice moves? Yeah, USD JPY is still pushing. That's, again, I think that's going to bring some more liquidity into the system here, if it holds. But again, like, you don't want this to go to like 158. Like, that's if it gets all the way back up here, that's a problem. You need it to kind of balance out. Today, it's good that you're not seeing it nuke, but you do want it to relax a little bit. Just a little bit. But, all right, guys, that is probably going to wrap it up for us today. Again, make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out, have notifications turned on for the channel, and I'm going to throw the link to the LTMP group in there for you guys one last time. Again, that is now in the live chat for you. Just make sure, again, you use code December. You get your first month for $1 a day. You get access to both the full-length educational course curriculum series, again, the Day Trading Mastery course and the Swing Kings course. You guys get the full watch list of stocks and cryptos that are about to explode before they do, the pre-market plans, the daily private live streams, full access to the community, and access to ask me any questions at any hour of the day there, making sure that you guys, again, have everything that you need to build those skills for long-term success and self-sufficiency in the market. So, we'll see you guys in there. Welcome to all the new members that are going to be hopping in. It's a perfect time to join. You guys got a little bit of a slow period in the market potentially coming over the next week. Get ready. Because I think there's going to be, if this is kind of going to hold here, we're going to have some absolutely insane setups coming in the near future. So, folks, have a great rest of your day. LTMP, I will see you guys in the group. I'll be hanging out with you guys in there today. Yeah, other than that, guys, have a great weekend. Peace.